Hey guys, today I just thought I'd bring you a video on the Hawker Hunter. I've been playing it a lot lately, and I know it's been quite a while since I've done a video. Basically, that's because I was training for Canada Cup and fencing and all that kind of stuff and homework, and I've just been really busy lately and I haven't had time to make a video. So, I'm bringing you one now. It's on the Hawker Hunter. Like I said, been playing it a lot lately, trying to get 2,000 kills in it, because, you know, no life must prove it. So I'm going to kind of share some things that I've learned so far. One, well, you are good at killing TU4s. Don't do it unless you have to. Like, i.e., they have 3 TU4s or more. It's just not fun, and it's not reliable. So, that's one of the things I'd like to say. And the other thing is, you are fast. That is very true. But there are still things that can catch you, and if you get caught on low energy, or even like below 1,000 kilometers an hour, things like the F.86 Saber will have no problems catching you. So we're here in a game on Korea, and what I like to do is I like to fly through the ravine. I like to get up to about 1,000 kilometers an hour or so, and then about 10 to 15 degree angle to about 3,000 meters, and then turn in and gain speed. Seems to work fairly well. You have a lot of energy to go into a fight with. Now, like I said, you are fast, and you do have 430mm Aidens. Now, Aidens are good. However, they spark a fuck ton. Like, don't know why, they just do. That's my biggest pet peeve with this thing, is that its guns are like, oh look, haha, 4 Aidens. Just kidding, they sparked. So that irritates me quite a lot. And, so that's some of the basics on the plane. You roll fairly well, you turn okay. It's kind of the jack of all trades, master of none. It's fast enough that it can outrun or keep up with everything. It turns well enough that in a sticky situation you can force an overshoot as well with its roll, so it's got like the maneuverability if it needs it. And it's definitely got the firepower. I mean, as much as it does spark, usually you'll spark 3 or 4 hits, and then one of them will blow its wing off, so it does they still do get kills with. It's not the worst thing you could try and get kills with. I mean, there are certainly worse planes out there at this tier. I'm looking at you, Cougar. So, some other advice is, you want to be that stereotypical guy in the movie that just has commitment issues. Don't commit to anything. Head-ons, etc. Just see me do later. Anyways, but you don't want to lose energy in this thing, because speed is probably... If you can outrun everything, do it. The other thing is as you see me blow that Meg to smithereens, is learn their guns. They have an insanely high rate of fire, but their muzzle velocity is fairly slow. Now, this was about the 4th or 5th game I played with vertical targeting on. My convergence is 800 meters with vertical targeting on in this aircraft, firing air target belts. Now, the reason I decided to switch to vertical targeting on was because I knew the guns were mounted low, and I kept missing behind my targets. So by turning on the 800 convergence, what it basically did, because of its low muzzle velocities, it pushed the guns to point upwards, as well as them pointing on the bottom. So it shoots at an up-angled arc, so that my guns, right at my sight, hit 800 meters. So, that means I don't have to lead as much as I normally would if I didn't have this convergence on. So, I do definitely recommend that if you're struggling with the guns, turn on your vertical targeting, because it won't make any difference in terms of some guns will go up, some guns will go down, because they're all mounted in the nose. The other thing is look for targets of opportunity. Like, for example, I see this 163 on this meteor, and the meteor definitely needs help. So, it's a safe target to go after the 163, which I can't hit because I'm terrible. Just simply because he never saw me coming. And now what I'm going to do is, because he's no 163 and a lot slower than me, just run away. You will be able to outrun almost everything so long as you're on a higher energy state. But the problem is things like... Your biggest problem will be the 17 when you're trying to run away from things, because the MiG-17 can catch you. It is a faster plane. Whereas this can outmaneuver it. But it's not a good idea to do, try and outmaneuver MiG-17 if there are MiG-15s in the area, because the MiG-15s will just destroy you. They're far more maneuverable than you. Almost everything is far more maneuverable than you. The F.2 Saber, I feel, is the greatest match for this plane. Even though when you get Hokkaido, you win 90% of the time, because American teams are just shit. basically the F2 can keep up with this thing in every respect, and then some. Its guns are just as good. Its maneuverability is better. It's just an all-around better plane. Like, the guns do just as much damage and they don't spark as often. It rolls better, it turns better. That's the sparks I was talking about there. A lot more sparks, more sparks, keep sparking, and there you go, he finally dies. I was quite triggered after that kill, not gonna lie, because it should not have taken me that much ammunition, being that every single one of those shots hit, and he just didn't want to blow up. So, yeah, my recommendations are heavily, just don't ever let an F2 get on equal energy than you, because you will die. So I spray at this guy, break from it, because I mean I didn't need to stay into that. I didn't commit. I sprayed, I was going slow, he was going slow, he had somebody on a 6, so there's no point in committing. I mean, he was never going to reverse me because he had somebody on a 6. So now when I look around the situation where I'm not going that fast and there's a MiG-15 and a CL behind me, I decided to turn around anyways, because I see that they are both heading the other way. And they're actually both 15s, they're not CLs, I just realized that. Anyways, so I'm going to start running them down, and at this point I believe they're starting to run with the players. They didn't have many players left. Now, I'm on 4 kills, and I mean, I was kind of getting greedy because it's like, ooh, ace kind of thing, right? So, I mean, I basically run around for a little while, going looking for planes. I think they have these 2 MiGs and 1 more. So I'm not going to show you the end of this replay. Spoilers, I go heads up with the MiG-15, sparkle my shots and die. And I'll show you guys the other replay I wanted to show you. I wanted to apologize for that last replay. I just rewatched it and realized that 1, there was a video glitch right at the start, and 2, there was no in-game audio. I've recorded this. This is the 6th time, because this is the 2nd time I'm recording this replay now, because I wasn't recording when I did it the first time. And at this point, it's taken me so long because I had another set of replays that I was trying to use, and I couldn't get any audio working for that. Anyway, long story, I've been having a lot of technical issues recently, so I'm going with it. It is what it is. And the other thing I want to say is, when I was trying to get footage for this, I wanted 1 game on Korea and 1 game on Hokkaido, because those are the 2 maps you get. You get Spain a lot as well, but fly a lot like Korea. So I just wanted to talk about... oh, voice crack. Anyways, just wanted to talk about what to do on Hokkaido. Basically, what you want to do in your Hunter is take off straight and point it right at the enemy airfield. Fly as low to the deck as you can get, and just stay there. Get up to speed, fly right towards their airfield. There might be 1 or 2 sabers that push, but or rush. There usually isn't. And if there is, your team of hunters will just wreck them. They don't stand a chance. As soon as they break from one head on, the other hunter gets them. So the purpose of that is that you'll catch someone really low energy, and if anyone late spawns in that game, you'll be at the airfield as they're taking off. So they'll have no speed and no options, because they won't win in a head on. They usually don't see you coming. A lot of them are AFK right after the runway, because they don't realize how small map it is and that they late spawn. So you can get things like the F2Hs, the F80s, the A5s. Basically anybody that late spawns, you'll be there as soon as they're taking off the runway. And even stuff that doesn't late spawn, they'll be on to your right, I believe, and they're just on so much higher energy. So here's a 163. I break from the head on, watch the fireworks hit the plane, cause sparks. Now, that 163 forced me to do something very interesting in the game right now. I had a choice right here. I could fly and maintain and go back and get my speed, or I could head towards the main battle area, because there's a CL ground attacking. Yes, I did say CL ground attacking. I don't know what he was doing, but I decided I'm going to kind of fly towards the CL ground attacking, because normally when there's IL-28s, that's what I do, so I'm kind of treating him like an IL-28, because he's ground attacking, and they can end games pretty quickly. However, I don't really know what CL ground attacking and how effective it is, especially with what this guy was doing. So, I can see the guy that's doing ground attack, but I see a lot more planes around me. There's one above me, and there's a couple in front of me. So, I see these 2 in front of me, and I kind of was hoping they were AFK and didn't see me, because I figured that CL was no threat. He'd be on low energy and have no ammunition from ground attacking and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm going up after the CL, and this guy I realized did actually see me. I checked my 6 to make sure the other CL isn't coming, but he just pulls straight and flat in front of my guns. I think he was trying to cut under me, but yeah, he didn't. So his wing kind of got tortured, and it popped off. So now I see the seal that was ground attacking. He's probably out of rockets, because I'm guessing that's what he was doing. He got a couple medium tank kills. So now I'm going to go after him, but he's already on a few thousand kilometers, or about 1,000 kilometers an hour, and he's 7 kilometers away from me. So it's going to take me quite a while to run him down. So I start looking for other options, and I know I'm flying towards their base. I don't want to get too close, because AAA's just don't even get me started on AAA. So I pull up and do about a 15-degree climb, start to regain some altitude, and then the MiG-15 appears in front of me. Now, what my plan was just spray and break from the head on. However, he looked like he wanted to cut underneath, but actually wound up pulling into me at the last second, and that's why my shots went completely nowhere near him. I was expecting him to cut under, because that's what a lot of people do, but he didn't. So now, that CL, because of that was behind me, is now going to be gaining on me. So I want to turn around this hill, and just use this hill to put between me and his guns when I turn around. It's going to close the distance between us very quickly. However, it's going to give him a very narrow, if any, shot to get guns, and he doesn't get guns, and because he didn't, he blew a lot more energy than me because I took a lot wider turn, and in result, he has no chance of ever keeping up with me. So, I see this F9F and the MiG-15 going at it, and the F9F looked like he was doing alright, but you never know. It could get reversed quickly, and the MiG does not see me coming. That's my first burst, because nub. Second burst kills him. Fly over top of him. Check my 6. This is the CL and the MiG-17. So what I want to do is I just want to extend from the CL, because he's the closest one, and he's on a fairly high energy state. However, one of my teammates made him break. Now, I'm pulling up so that if he goes after me, that A5 Saber will just end him. However, he doesn't follow me up, which gives me the chance to turn around and get on a 6. Now, I made sure that 17 was not coming my way when I did this, simply because if the 17 was coming my way, he'd have ended me. So now I'm on the CL6, along with the A5 Saber. And the A5 Saber looked like he was actually catching the CL13, until the CL just bailed. Why? Because asshole, that's why. So, and of course that guy was bragging about it in chat. Oh look, I bailed, you don't get to kill, haha. Anyways, so now that leaves just the 17 and a TU4. So, and there's 4 of us here. I mean, we should be able to do this pretty quickly. So we want to make quick work of this MiG-17 so that we have more time to hunt down the TU4. Or should I say 2 or 4. Anyways, I hate that playing with passion. So, this MiG-17 starts dogfighting the Venom. So, I mean, yeah. He pulls up straight into the vertical with like 5 other planes. All he really had to do was run, escape, and again, but he never does any of this. He pulls around, and I missed my first burst because I'm bad. And I know I can outmaneuver 17 in my Hunter. Shouldn't be an issue. He pulls down, I pull down in front of him, get a quick burst, and take his wing off. Now at this point, the last plane alive is the TU4. And I don't like killing TU4s, because if it's a player and it sees you coming, you're never going to win. You will lose. You're not going to win. Because he fires from 1.5k out, damages you, and then there's nothing you can do, because jets take damage like no tomorrow. So, my plan is, I had a lot of blind hunts built up, because I never used to use them. But this TU4 is running and hiding away in clouds, so might as well use it, save myself the trouble. And I'm kind of glad I did, because I found him 25 kilometers away, in the farthest corner of the map, inside of a cloud. So that was going to be fun to find him if we didn't use something like this. So now I'm just flying towards him, trying to build up as much speed as I can, staying right below the cloud. Because basically I know I'll have enough speed to pull up into him. That's not a question of it, it's just that I want to have enough. So, the blind hunt gets popped. You can see him way out there. Just running, hiding, being a typical TU4. And I'm actually coming up on a 6. He's about to hit the map border, which will help me out a lot, because that means I can run him down a lot faster. So I'm going to show you what the best way I have come up for killing TU4s. The reason I say the best way I've come up with is because it works so long as they're not players, like I said. Because when a player sees you, he just sprays, and if he gets a lucky hit, you're dead. That's basically how TU4s go, and you have to put a lot more shots into TU4s and hope they don't spark. So I'm staying low to the cloud. I want to keep my speed up so that I have enough speed to pull up into him, as I said, because I want to come from below real fast. So I believe he just hit the map border, so he's coming up at me. This is going to be a different attack angle. I don't do most of these. Normally I come up on their 6 and below. So this is going to be a little bit different. But I have the advantage of having my Avenger on, so I know where he is, and he has no idea where I'm coming from. He probably didn't see me until after I flew past him. I also think this guy was AFK because he never shot. So I'm getting to guns range. I lead my target, burst into his wing, catch it on fire, spark a lot of shots, continue up into the cloud, and he probably still has no idea where I am because of the Avenger order. Now, I still firmly believe this guy was AFK and just being an asshole because he had no reason to not shoot. So I'm following his trails, and I still had the Avenger on, so I still knew where he was. And I actually was not paying attention to my angle of dive at this point. And I was just trying to chase him, and he speed rips, get the kill for him. And that's the end of this game, and the video. So let me know what you guys want to see next time, because I really don't know what I want to show you guys. So if you guys think of something, let me know in the comments down below.